sad about it.
All right, Coach, we have a perfect day for football, and the roof is open, in fact, here at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing is Wentz. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen!
Now Wentz. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was Quincy Wilson that time, was able to make the play defensively.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. They'll run with Mack. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's got this down to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Haskins. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's good.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Check, 6, 40, go.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 17.
On 2nd down, it's Mack. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. On third down, a run by Mack. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Flush to his right. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 29-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz, eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Let's put him on the glasses.
Now Wentz again. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. so well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. On first down, they'll start out with Mack. And they string that play out nicely. He's stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, second down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Coming in.
Throwing on second down. Haskins. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. Third and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 50. 30. 20. 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, 90. Nine yards. They're their advantage. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now Wentz on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. They'll run on first down. Mack. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Little pickup a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down now, it's Mack. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
I got you, son.
Now Leonard Fournette. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Quincy Wilson with the INT, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On 3rd and 1, it's Haskins. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Danico Autry is in on the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Throw right side, complete to Williams. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
41. We've got to wedge that, huh?
Here we go. Here we go.
Five.
On play action, Wentz. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. To throw, it's Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Derek Kindred there to get a hand on that one. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards, well struck. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Mike's Bobo. I'm coming.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Check. Exit.
On first down, Mack. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Haskins over the middle. It's caught by Rodgers. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mack. Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. And the Jags grab it. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
23 yards on the play. Wentz now has hit on just 7 of 17 passes, 41%. Fournette. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
To throw on 3rd down, Haskins. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal.
It got his man complete. That one good for 37 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
They'll run with Fournette. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Play action. Now Wentz. Over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 19. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. So it's still first and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. This is Fournette, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Josh Lambo now for the point after. He's got it, and it's a 27-10 score now. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Colts take over first down 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Haskins. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th.
Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
From the gun on 3rd down. Haskins over the middle here. It's Hilton. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Haskins. Looking deep for Hilton. And it's knocked away and incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Pierre Desir, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They're not ready for this. They still playing.
Now Wentz to try again after the pick six. And he whips that one incomplete there. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, but it's going to be second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll go again here with Matt. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now it's Haskins to the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just one pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball, his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now Fournette, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On the run, it's Fournette. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Margus Hunt able to take him down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. But it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
He'll find Metcalf. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Check.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They're all through up in Detroit and really pouring it on now with the Cowboys. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And that will write a finish to this ballgame. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Indianapolis, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.